This is the video for the Chapter 4 Closure packet, problem number 1. It states, solve the system of equations at the right. We have y equals 3x plus 2 and 6x minus 2y equals 8. So there's the two equations that make up the system. They want us to solve this first one algebraically, so what we're going to do is pick a method that we'd like to solve using. So in this case, I have y equals 3x plus 2. I have 6x minus 2y equals 8. Since I already have y isolated here, I'm going to use the substitution method, right? Since y is equal to 3x plus 2, I'm going to substitute that in for the y in the second equation and then solve it to figure out what x is. I'll do that over here on the left side. So I'm going to say 6x minus 2, instead of times y, I'm going to substitute in the 3x plus 2. So that blue part you see here is the part that's being substituted in, right? And we know that equals 8. And now I have only x's left, so I'm going to go ahead and solve. I'm going to take it first and distribute this negative 2 through the quantity. So I'll have left over 6x. Negative 2 times 3x would be a negative 6x. And then negative 2 times 2 is going to be a negative 4. Now we need to combine the like terms, and what we'll notice is that 6x and negative 6x, when I combine those together, they're going to cancel out and give us 0, and that leaves us with negative 4 equals 8. So is this true or is it false? Okay, remember, when our variable completely cancels out and is gone there, we need to look at what's left over. In this case, since this is a false statement, negative 4 does not equal 8. So since this is false, we're going to conclude that there are no solutions. Okay, so there are no solutions to that system. Okay, now, letter A then asks to describe what happened when you tried to solve the system. Okay, we'd say the variable canceled out completely. And we were left with a false statement, right? We were left with a false statement. All right, and we can even list that in there, right? Negative 4 does not equal 8. Okay, so it now asks us then to graph the system of equations. So we're going to need to make sure they're both written in that y equals form first. So the first one I think already is, right? We have y is equal to 3x plus 2. We'll graph that one in red. So we have y is equal to 3x plus 2. So our slope is 3 and our y-intercept is 2. So we'll start with positive 2, and then if the slope is 3, we'll rise 3, so count up 3, and then go to the right 1, rise 3, go to the right 1, or go down 3, and then we'd have to go back to the left 1, so that is the equivalent of a positive slope. So we've got here is the first line. Oops, I missed that. Let me fix that. Do your best to draw it straight. It's hard to draw it straight on the iPad, but I did my best. All right, now the second equation we've got is that 6x minus 2y equals 8. So we need to isolate the y. And to do that, we're going to have to get rid of the x terms. So we'll subtract 6x from each side. Now, some of you may just add the 2y to the other side. That's okay. That's another way to do it. There's more than one way. We have negative 2y is equal to negative 6x plus 8. And then we need to divide everything by negative 2. So make sure you're careful with those negative signs. And what we end up with is going to be y is equal to negative 6 divided by negative 2 is going to be positive 3x. And then 8 divided by negative 2 is going to be negative 4. So we have the equation y is equal to 3x minus 4. And we'll notice here that m is 3 again, but in this case, its y-intercept is -4. So we'll plot that on here. There's our -4. We'll rise 3 and run 1, rise 3 and run 1, and keep going. And the reason that we ended up not having a solution, right, is because we have parallel lines. So letter C says, how does the graph of the system explain what happened with the equations? We were unable to find an intersection point because they're parallel lines and they will never intersect. So one more time, we were unable to find an intersection point because they are parallel lines and will never intersect. That's why we have no solutions at the top. That is problem number 1 from the Chapter 4 Closure packet. If you have additional questions, please make sure you reach out and ask in class. Thanks for watching.